What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. So far, I've been having a great morning. I've been putting a little bit of a roasting on. It's been just really, really cool to have a little fun and do something like that. But also, if you haven't already, you ever heard of La Coca Nostra? It's a band, Everlast, Ill Bill, Slain, a whole bunch of different people. They got a song called Braharia, and yeah, you should check it out. You should check it out. Anyway, so U.S. stock market is about to dump 30%. What's going to happen to Bitcoin? At least that's what analysts are telling us. The same analysts, by the way, who've been telling us for 2 years now, everything's going to fall off a cliff in 90 days. And, 90 days comes and they're like, well, I meant the next 90 days. And then 90 days comes and they're like, well, I meant the next 90 days. So are we going to go down 30%? I don't know. Grayscale Bitcoin outflows are still here. They're way less than they were before, but now it begs the question: what happens next? Is Grayscale going to cause Bitcoin to have a little bit of a dump? I don't know. The rest of the market's still in the positive. Meanwhile, Toncoin is up 18%. Render went up 13%. Again, guys, if you listen to me on Render right now, you got to be feeling really good. Rug.fun is turning minting Ethereum meme coins into a competitive rug pull game. We're going to check that out. KOL, if you don't know what that is, key opinion leader. By the way, apparently that's me. Uh, and I've been entered into several of these chats, and I'm going to explain to you how they make money, or how you make money if you're a KOL in this space. And by the way, just so you guys know, one of the things that I like to do is I'm pretty upfront with you about what I take from people or what I do. I don't mind telling you, you know, what it costs in order for me to do something. If you reach out to me, I even have a little sheet, a little proposal thing, just to let you guys know. And then I try to be upfront with you about it. And I just I don't like this shit. But it turns out you can get in on a whole bunch of different things. Even I didn't realize how much money some of these guys are making. Wow. But this is, I'm gonna explain it to you. There's actually an article up by it, so we're gonna check that out. And then Jack Dorsey predicted Bitcoin is going to $1 million by 2030. Is he right? I think that he's right. I don't know if he is for sure or not. But here's the important thing, right? Whether he's right or not, the question is now: do you, today, right now, you got some fucking glow sticks? It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, I hope you got your believing hat on, because we're going to make true believers out of you today if you're not already. If you haven't, make sure you hit that like button. The one important thing, or it's three important things you could do. One is make sure you hit that like button when you come in. If you subscribe to the channel, that's certainly a plus. If you hit the bell to be notified, that's also certainly a big plus. If you notice, for some of you, I didn't put out the thumbnail until first thing this morning. And why did I do that? Because I got high. It really wasn't, but the point to it was I don't know what happened. Like I just I made cryptocurrency. I made a cryptocurrency for dummies video the other day. Then I made a cryptocurrency wallet for dummies like you video, because I'm trying to do what they call evergreen content for and I get lost in the time. I start to edit shit like that. I think I'm making pretty good videos, but I started making those, taking up a lot more time than I thought. Then I forgot to make thumbnails last night, so then this morning I had to work that out like very first thing in the morning. And then while I'm doing it, in case you don't know, I have ADD in some way. I know that I do. How do I know? Because what I could be doing right now is saying good morning like we would normally do, but instead, I'm just kind of ranting here on some bullshit. And what is that bullshit? So there's a song called Braheria that's been stuck in my head. And it's been stuck in my head so much. It's by a band called La Coca Nostra. It's Everlast from the House of Pain and a bunch of New York rappers. I think, I don't know for sure, but they've got a few songs that I thought were really fun and really good. And then I thought, you know what? Let's read the lyrics for Everlast. Why am I reading the lyrics for Everlast? Well, it turns out Everlast getting a divorce. He had married a penthouse pet of the year named Cassia Riley a while back. Now they have a child they have a special needs child, and I think as parents go, I think they're probably great parents or something like that. But then I thought like it didn't dawn on me. I read about this like 2 years ago that they had split up, but then I was like, huh, I don't know. And then I heard this song and I'm like, wow, the lyrics of these songs really kind of tell me that maybe she was, maybe there was something going on um, that I didn't know about or anything like that, because I don't care really. Anyway, so the lyrics to the song, by the way, it's called Braheria. And it says, yo, I'm mad obnoxious and I'm kind of rude. I got a pocket full of money, need some stripper food. Got an airplane ticket and a new suitcase. Got a box cutter tucked underneath my shoelace. Got my nuts up and my passport ready. Let's hit the fucking bar, see some titties already. 12th and Alvarado, pull over by the wall. I'm gonna jump out the cab and cop this 8 ball. Huh. And then they start making fun of him. And then Ill Bill says some stuff like, chill out in front of Everlast. You're just going to jinx it. And Everlast says, hey, yo, I can hear you dudes running your mouths. I got some coke head bitches naked up at the house. Wild stuff here. So anyway, if you wonder where my brain goes first thing in the morning, yeah, that's for some reason I'm humming that song this morning. So and if it's got stuck in my brain for some reason, then I'm sharing it with you. So if you haven't already, go check out La Coca Nostra Brujeria and then explain to your family why that's stuck in your head too. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you good morning, good morning. If you don't good morning to you anyway. If you don't listen to La Coca Nostra, maybe today is the day. If you do listen to La Coca Nostra, check out some metal, goddammit. We're being a weirdo. So anyway, good morning, Jay Locke. Good morning, Brian Bootyhead. Dragon Rider Media, good morning. Trail Boss is in the house. What is going on? Zelda 2.0 just hit 29 cents last night. By the way, Zelda 2 was having a fantastic run. So shout out to everybody who got in on that one, even getting in this morning or the next couple of days. I still feel like that probably has a little bit of room to run. I think the market's going to come down, but I think that might be an opportune moment for a little bit of accumulation, and then I think we're heading up to another level. So Guten Morgen from Masonic Mike, please for vice president. I am not a crook. I mean, I will be for enough money, but Ken Gillette says, good morning, brother. Had to tell you, out of all the YouTube content creators, for all crypto news and predictions, you are leaps and bounds above them. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you for being real and honest. Speaking of real and honest, if you look my Luna Classic content today, you're going to find me being real honest and real. And that's going to go over pretty well. I'll tell you about it in just a few minutes. George Lopez Garcia, good morning. Jason Pollins, good morning. Norbert, good morning. Chris Clafford is in the house. What is going on? Good morning from Oz. Are you in Oz, that place like where Dorothy goes? Are you in Oz, that place where Schillinger started raping all them dudes at the Oswald Correctional Facility located in upstate New York? You know what I mean? Where Tobias Beecher, all he did, a little drinking and driving, you know what I mean? They ended up going to prison for all that time. Jackson Vahue, I mean, what about him? Jackson Vahue, he was a star basketball player, played by Rick Fox, by the way. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, that's my favorite show. One of my favorite shows of all time was Oz, the prison show. Remington Perot is in the house. Jay Manuel is here. Justin W's in the house. Centrifuge is here. Daniel Delgado. We got Kamal in the house. We got Zico volting it up. Kathleen Blaze is here. We got Crypto Life Forever. We got Badaji's in the house. What is going on from Lagos, Nigeria? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. RW7610, a bull run right around the corner. That is correct. Carlos, good morning. Rakoff is on fire. You know, nobody gave me any Rakoff tokens. And by the way, when I do the Luna Classic videos, most of these guys, they send me tokens and stuff like that. Rakoff didn't send me any tokens. Them assholes. That's why you don't let 82-year-old people create cryptos, because they forget basic stuff. I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you guys haven't, you should check out the Rakoff token. As a matter of fact, you'll see this is actually being sponsored by a lot of people that are deep into the Luna Classic community, and they are the part, I think, that are going to be the ones that create this sort of thriving economy going forward. They've got a lot going on. Rakoff is just a kind of joke meme token that they wanted to pull out just to just to kind of have some fun with it. And I get a feeling, in a sense, that those guys are going to be the good ones. Good morning from Tom, the Meow Space Tom family. Go check that one out too. We got Fun Family in the house. Crypto Antagonist, the Bozo Army. We got Keycoin could rally 10x soon. Ben Key price prediction $10 plus. So you might want to check that one out if you haven't already. Coin on Crypto says good morning all. We got Trail Boss saying Zelda 2.0 TA. Please also tell Ethan and Bong to get to work, ladyboy. Get to work, ladyboys. We got Chris Glafford from Australia in the house. And we've got Poe here. Good morning. So Trail Boss wants to check out. Let's I don't know what I'm doing here today. I swear to God, like I woke up and I was like, am I high or something? Like, why is my brain like just not functioning? It's like mush or something. And by the way, the market, when I woke up this morning, the market was up about $8-9 billion, and now it's down $12 billion, because USA, we're the best. We're the best. No, you're not. You're not even close. So anyway, I'm just kidding. You are the best. You are. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves Donald Trump too. There's anybody who says they don't like Donald Trump is just lying to you, of course. So anyway, boom, 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 boom. Zelda. I had Zelda pulled up. Why did I not save it? Oh, because you're stupid, believes. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense than anything else, I guess. Up 91% on the day for Zelda. So just continuing to break out and continuing to break out. Now at 13.2 million market cap with 1.2. I used to watch Oz. Chris Maloney is messed up. Yeah. Oh God. What was his name on Chris Keller. That's what his name was. Keller. He was Chris Keller. He was when he broke Beecher's, you know what I mean? When he broke all of Beecher, it was wild, man. That was some absolute crazy stuff. So anyway, let's check out Zelda right now. So remember, we had this little channel working right here, and I said, wait for the bottom of this channel. And you could miss it. We might not get there, and it might break out. Yes, it's Chris Maloney from Law and Order. Before he was on Law and Order, he was on a show called Oz, and he played Chris Keller, and he played this crazy psycho killer who was not Aryan, but he was hanging out with the Aryan Brotherhood because he was like a fixer that just does stuff for them. So, but anyway, back to the matter at hand. So we got the breakout happening right here, and then it broke. It broke to the top, and then remember I said here that I would like to see it come down and then break out from there. Instead of doing that, it just came around and just started ripping. And then from here, where we were talking about it originally, it's up about 3x from there. So a nice big rip. Now, the question would be, what's the next play? If you look at it from an impulse move perspective, it went through a big impulse move, retraced at this 0.5 right there. Now, if that's the case, cool. But over the few hours here, let's look at maybe this impulse move right here gives it a better kind of feeling. So if you use that part from the impulse move, then look at this. It came down to the 0.786 for a retracement, and now it looks like it's coming back down. It's meeting a level of resistance right here. If it does that for a few hours, then you might have an opportunity for an accumulation. Now, in the short, that's the short term. If you look at it from a longer term right now on the daily, then it broke, and now we're starting to get some volume. So you're getting traders in here. And the question was going to be, what's going to happen next? Well, it really looks like people are super into it so far. You got $1 million in trading volume, 1.5 million in liquidity. You got a little profit taking going on right now because now people are starting to ape into it. So the question is going to be, can it stick a nice reversal? And in that nice reversal, you have this right here. So if you're looking for a retracement area right now off of the launch, then if you're, and by the way, if you're like me, if you're kind of risk averse and you don't like putting too much into it, then this right here represents like your spot. Maybe you get it up a little bit more, but if you have just I think if you have just a tad bit of patience in the next couple of hours, you might see a little bit of a dip, bringing it back down here about 50% for another big rip on that upward momentum. If you are, by the way, looking for Zelda, here is the contract address. I would try to be shrewd. I mean, look, if you miss out on it, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like if you miss out on it, that's going to be okay. But there's got to be a retest of some of these lower levels. You know what I mean? And I would think that this was going to be the level. So 10 cents right now seems to be the spot. And by the way, if this plays out the way some of these other tokens have played out, and you go back and you go back and check it, you get this top over here, and then you get that next surge up there, and that next surge goes up to, there you go. Then we get an idea of how this thing breaks out, right? So in the event that it does that, then we could see something like that retrace back down here to 10 cents, get stuck around here for, and then we go to the all-time high, and then we go price discovery, and then boom, before you know it, you're at 50 cents. So that's about a 5x from where you could be right there. Now, does that mean that it's going to happen? No, but that's what most of these look like. And it doesn't matter, which one it is. It doesn't matter how far back you go. They all really kind of look that way. If we were to take Myro and we were to go back to the beginning of Myro, there we go. Now, I don't know if this had a pre-sale, by the way, but when Myro had that first run, there's the first run, right? And well, this is what the first run was. Here's the first run right here. And then what did it do? It came back down. And by the way, let's kind of drag this out just so you guys can see it. So you don't think I'm crazy, right? So it had a nice little spike for the first couple of for the first day, and then it came all the way back down to where it spiked before. You can see that literally down here, right? Then it ran up again, and it came back down to right there. Then it spiked again, right? It came running up here, and then where did it spike back down to? The top of this line. Again. Then what did it do? It started running again, and then where did it come back down to? Right here. So I would venture to say that if you're looking at Zelda, then the most likely scenario for it to play out is going to be a retest of this range right here, and then more upward momentum. So certainly go check this thing out. And if you got in early, I would certainly be, and look, I'm not telling you to exit your position or lose your position. I'm just telling you that the statistical likelihood of it continuing to pump from here is very small. The most likely scenario is a move back down for people to liquidate their position, take profit, and then move to another upward dynamic. And that upward dynamic right there is going to be from, let's call it, where are we at right now? 2180. So if it goes up to 5,000, that's going to be 30 million market cap. So if it goes from 13 million market cap to 30 million market cap, then, nice big win, especially if you just shrewd a little bit, DCA at 15 cents or something like that, if you're not comfortable all the way down at the bottom. But let's get back into it, because we got a lot of good mornings that we put out, and I hope all those good mornings treated you very well. Let's go through this. I want to get through this quick because it's at the end. I want to talk to you about some wild shit. Grayscale's Bitcoin outflows outweigh the broad inflows across the spot Bitcoin ETFs. The question, of course, would be, what did that look like broadly in the markets? And the answer to that right here. So you look, you see $43 million in outflow on Grayscale Bitcoin. You saw 14 million come in on IBIT, 2.7, 4.4, 6.8, 2.0, 1.8. So it's moving outwards still. We're still seeing those flows coming out, but um, uh, we're not getting that huge outflow anymore. Most of it is coming in positive. And by the way, when you really start to look at this overall, we're up 11 billion. So what are we bitching about? You know what I mean? The outflow right here is starting to end. Remember, on May 3rd and May the 6th, those were positive inflows on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust for the first time since January, when these ETFs launched. So I'd be watching those, and I would be waiting to see exactly what happens here. BlackRock's IBIT inflow was good with 14 million, followed by Bitwise at 7. The inflows were overshadowed by the 43 million outflow, while the remaining spot Bitcoin ETFs from VanEck, Valkyrie, Wisdom Tree, and Hashtag recorded zero flows on Thursday. Since listing in January, the spot Bitcoin ETFs has accumulated $11.7 billion. So we're sitting about 63,000 right now. So this might be, again, this might be just a pause before we start pumping again one more time. Now, the U.S. stock market is facing a 30% correction. Financial analyst and seasoned forecasters Gary Schilling warns of a 30% dip in the cards. Schilling raised red flags that a potential recession could wipe away a portion of the stock market's wealth in the U.S. According to his prediction, the downward spiral will be triggered by the weakening jobs market indicators and investor overconfidence. He pointed out a surge of investments in the stock market that made Dow Jones and NASDAQ touch new highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average touched a high of 39,889, while the NASDAQ reached 16,538. Therefore, the U.S. stock market is brimming with investments as several equities delivered massive returns. Schilling's note that historically such surges have often met with market corrections of double digits in the U.S. stock market. You look at all kinds of speculation that we've had out there. It's indicative of a lot of overconfidence that usually gets you corrected violently. So what does it look like on the Dow Jones? Well, I mean, shit, you know what I mean? Like it's just absolutely ripping what's going on. What's a 30% correction look like from here? Holy shit. You know what? Like that can't even be real. We gotta look at this on a, we gotta look at this much bigger right here. So what does 30% look like from there? All right. All right. Well, fuck this guy. This guy's, there we go. 30% comes down to about 27,000. So the question is going to be, are we going to come down to, I don't think so. I think this guy's full of shit. Okay, you know what? Let's say this. If we just take, for example, that maybe this top over here is the level that he's referring to, then even that's fucking wild. No. All right, so what he's saying is that we're probably going to crash back down here to about 29,000. That seems really, really stupid. That seems really, really stupid. Like we just went through, the natural point of correction is to correct down to this, the last bounce area, right? So if we have a steep correction off of this move, then I mean, look at it right here. We have a steep correction off of this move, and it comes down into this range right here. So if we have a correction, then look for it to settle in this sort of range right here. And it's a broad sort of range, but we're going to get a bounce probably from there. Unless of course we do come down a lot deeper, then all bets are off, of course. But I mean, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it looks like we're set to soar. Again, if you're still minting record profits, it doesn't matter what people are saying, you're still minting record profits. By the way, the market's now down $19 billion on the day. Bitcoin correcting back to the downside, everything correcting back to the downside because, I don't know, bitches be tripping. I don't know what the reason is. We'll figure that out in just a few moments. Anyway, so is there going to be a 30% correction Bitcoin would be the question. And I don't think so. I think that Bitcoin's ready and consolidating for that next leg up. The market is still looking in a positive fashion. So I think we're going up. Also, Toncoin is up 18% right now. And you know what? Actually, it might have corrected its way back down after that big spike. Let's see where we are on the chart. And yeah, we're eating up them gains, bruh. So you know, we had this nice little move up here to the resistance area at around 720. And it's back down to 680 right now. But Toncoin, again, making that big move. These are real world asset tokens are starting to have these big moves. So I would be watching out for Ton. Look, if the market is dipping right now and we're getting 19 billion coming out, remember Toncoin for when the market reverses again. The other one, Render. Remember Render, because Render was up 13% on the day. Look at this. This is what it looks like on the 1 hour. Again, I told you guys from $7 that we should probably be looking for a breakout, and son of a bitch if we didn't get a massive breakout. And where did, by the way, this correction come down to? Look right here. Came down to the previous high right there and then bounced off of that and started moving. That's what I expect to happen on this market. Morningwood asked the question, when Bitcoin halving moon? 2 months. My opinion, 2 months. By the way, speaking of a couple months, 6 weeks, I think, or 5 weeks, DevE is going to have a big time announcement. They are partnering with somebody who is potentially a massive partnership. Now, why am I telling you about this? I'm not partnered with DevE, but I did make that video previously, and it has a $7.46 million market cap, 410,000 in liquidity. Previous all-time high over here was about 220, 225 in that range. I feel like if they get a really good announcement, and if that announcement is solid, and I don't have any reason to think that it won't be, then you're going to look at this move right here, right? What I just said was going to happen on that meme coin. We correct to the bottom. We have this area right here pushing its way up. So then where does the resistance come in? So, again, I think this is going to happen over time, and this is not really how I think it's going to happen. I would be looking at something like this, if anything, and then boom. When it gets into that range, what does it look like? Well, let's see. Boom. That looks like about $4 or $5. $4 or $5 from here would put it at about less than $100 million market cap. It's still. So I get a sense here, I get a feeling that they've got a big partnership. They've got something big happening in the background. And if it plays out to its best advantage, then you might be looking at one of, and by the way, we're early into DevE. However, if you go back and you start to investigate, they've been around for like 4 years. They got a functioning, working enterprise blockchain, which means that it's a permissioned system. It's not permissionless like our normal blockchains. This is made for This is an enterprise blockchain that's made for businesses. It runs up to 8 million transactions per second. Takes a fraction of a second in order to settle. It uses instead of using proof of work or proof of stake, it uses proof of validation. So there's a lot to like when you look at the DevE and the DevE team. So certainly go check this out. And by the way, read the white paper before you do any investing. But again, if you look at it from the same perspective that I'm looking at it from, if that announcement, by the way, everybody who I've talked to so far says that every time this team makes an announcement or lets you know that something's coming, it's pretty much locked in. They're just trying to make sure that, that they don't want to give anything away until it's time, if you will. So if that's the case, though, this could be a nice 10x and still be under 100 million market cap. So a nice 10x, if you can use that potential, it might not do anything for all I know. These are risk investments, so you never really know what's going to happen. But it really, to me, would appear that I think that's going to happen. So I'm going to be excited if something like this plays out. Of course, I'm a holder of this token as well, and I didn't anticipate selling. So I'll be looking for a big play. If I get a big play and I can get my original amount out, then holler. I would still have 9/10 of it, and I'll take that as a moon bag. Because if this thing, matter of fact, right now I would be at, so my bag is worth like $750 at 7.5 million, right? So if this thing goes up to 74 million, it'd be worth 7,400. And if it goes up to 740 million, it'd be worth 74,000, 75,000. So if it goes to a billion market cap, that would be about a $75,000 haul for me. So I ain't arguing with it. You know what I mean? Let's make it happen, baby. Anyway, but back to it. Toncoin up 18%, Render up 18%, and then we've got Render up 18%. And then we're going to talk about, first of all, before we get into crypto influencer market, let's talk about this one. Rug.fun turns minting Ethereum meme coins into a competitive game. I don't have tokens to talk to you about other than Ton and Render, but Rug.fun is a two-phase, 24-hour game which sees investors attempt to create and buy into the highest and lowest liquidity meme coins. Anywhere in between, when the timer hits 0, then you're getting Rug. This is a degenerate as it sounds. It's the first 12-hour phase of the game. Players are able to create or buy as many coins as they like, but only the top 10 coins will move into the second page, with all of their tokens being refunded. In the second phase, called the race, the investors have 12 hours to ensure their bags are among the highest and lowest liquidity tokens in the game. To do so, players can buy or swap coins with an incrementally increasing rug pool tax, which will be added to the prize pool. Once the 24-hour timer ticks down to 0, the tokens in first and last place win. Every midwit token in between is entirely rugged, with their liquidity going to the winners of the game along with the rug pull tax. What a cool ass idea. If you're looking for Dev E, by the way, contract address for Dev E is posted in the chat right now. It ends in CC09. All right. Anyway, so Rug.fun, it sounds like a pretty good concept. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we'll do something with it just to kind of see what it looks like, and quote unquote kick the tires, if you will. But now let's talk about scams. Is everything a scam? Of course it is, but not really. Anyway, influencer investors get perks to pitch tokens inside the crypto KOL economy. KOL, for those of you that don't know, is key opinion leaders. Why is Bitcoin dumping is the question that Steven asked. He must have just gotten in here. So why is Bitcoin dumping? Let's go look and see what's happening right now. Bitcoin has, all right, so we got a big candle right now. Bitcoin is having a nice dump on everybody. What is the cause of that? Dude, if you haven't been here before, I'm about to blow your mind. Anyway, so here's the answer to your question is, the reason that it's coming down is because of liquidity pools. People are trying to liquidate people who are in long positions. So what I would expect to see is Bitcoin come down to 61,684, down into this range. That's probably as far down as it's going to go. And then from there, I would expect a reversal and a move back up in corresponding with these highs over here at 63,004, something like that. And I would see a push up into 63,007, all the way up to potentially 64,000 a little bit later on today. Might take a little bit longer for that to happen. But what's happening right now is it's basically just liquidity sweeps where people are, kind of coming in and just dumping in order to liquidate people. And then we're probably going back up again to around 64,000. That would be my guess, as it were. So it's not really dumping. It's just heat seekers are attacking liquidity pools. So anyway, crypto founders have long relied on Silicon Valley style investors to fund their risky ideas. But in the last few months, venture capitalists and angel investors have given way to a new breed of influencer turned investors, the KOL. Key opinion leaders flood the social media feeds of global crypto users with alpha about protocols to watch and invest in. They can be as pseudonymous as a cartoon penguin or as recognizable as a YouTube personality, like this guy. CoinDesk review of KOL fundraising found a budding economy of influencers who write checks for crypto startups and then promote them to thousands of retail traders on YouTube and X. Projects are betting KOLs will help attract users and, critically, eager buyers before they issue their tokens. The further they are going to shill their bags, the further the token might go, which is super good for the project and super good for price action. Now, by the way, don't look any further than the last one that I saw was called Gummy, Gummy, and that was being shilled by Ran Nooner. Nooner, by the way, that means wiener. You guys remember that? And this was going back about 3 weeks, right? And what does Gummy look like when it launched? And by the way, the reason that I even know about it was because Coins Chick told me about it, that she was mining it. And right here. So this thing is up from this move down here on launch. It's currently up 9,400% from its launch price. And at one point was up 20,000% up to about 23, 24 cents. So, this was a pretty big launch. And what happened was they allow you to get into it early. So nobody reached out to me for this, by the way. But once they do this, what they do is you get in, they'll let you get in. You can put in like $500 to $10,000. KOL rounds are a twist on the paid shills of earlier crypto cycles. Those high flying influencers like Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy Crypto, who charge tens of thousands of dollars to promote tokens on massive online audience. Instead of billing projects for their services, KOLs now put money in them, albeit on very generous terms. Those terms include discounted valuations and options to sell tokens sooner than other private investors are allowed to. Crypto's upper class is acutely aware of how these KOL rounds go and operate. CoinDesk found in over 24 interviews with founders, developers, investors, and other insiders who insisted on anonymity to discuss fundraising from influence. It's less clear how well retail investors understand the KOL's financial relationship with the projects they're boosting. Many KOLs don't disclose their paid deals. Failure to do so could violate U.S. consumer protection laws. When influencers fail to disclose such arrangements, they mislead their audience, many of whom rely on these endorsements to make financial decisions. That is why, if you guys remember, I did one of these, and it was with Xverse, EXVG, and I told you guys that I got 10,000 tokens, and that's what I'm holding on to, and that I got in at 6 cents, and that if you bought in, you were going to get in at 6 cents too. But that was my deal with them. And I have a cliff in May, which I told you guys, I'm cliffed in May, so I don't get anything until June. Well, I guess the cliff is in June, but then I start to get more supply until I get up to 10,000 over, I want to say like six. I get mine earlier than the big time investors get to cash out. So I'm sitting on it with an opportunity for it to pump, and I'll be able to cash out a little bit earlier, basically get paid for my work, if you will. That's really what it comes down to. And they gave me, again, 10,000 tokens. So $600 was the original amount. It's currently trading at 12 cents right now. So that 600 is worth 1,200. If it pumps super hard, it could be worth a little bit more, could be worth a little bit less. I have 800 tokens in my wallet right now, but that's how it works. This lack of transparency undermines the trust that is essential in digital commerce and can lead to significant financial loss for unsuspecting followers. KOL's prominence is only poised to grow as the multi-billion-dollar creator economy reshapes online life. Crypto may be supercharging the trend. It's a massive thing. It's circumventing not only VCs, it's also circumventing marketing. People are going to say they don't even need marketing. They get capital from distribution. That's what they're looking to do right now. Whoa. We've got a celebrity. We've got a celebrity in the house right now. If for those of you that don't know, this is a big day. This is my first caliph that I've ever had in chat. So I do want to say that, wow, like, that's this is an amazing time. This is, man, oh man, oh man. We have the leader of the Sunnis here, for those of you that don't know. Abu Bakr was the father-in-law of Muhammad. So wild stuff happening out here in crypto, bros. So one startup that turned to KOLs recently is Humanity Protocol, competitor for Sam Altman's billion-dollar digital identity project WorldCoin. Far smaller, Humanity Protocol raised $1.5 million from a combination of angel investors and KOLs A document titled Humanity's Protocol Alignment Form for KOLs assigned to influencers 6 months for social media homework. Like and comment on 3 tweets per week. Write 3 tweet threads about Humanity Protocol. Join at least one of Humanity Protocol's Twitter spaces a month, among other requirements. The project gave content-specific influencers granular missions. Should publicly buy Humanity Protocol. One document said it directed KOL leaders to create 2 speculative videos about humanity's airdrops. We're tracking all activities and will avoid the SAFT and refund KOLs who aren't keen to support the project. And SAFTs are simple agreements for future tokens. A spokesperson for Humanity declined comment. One recent video, a presenter of the YouTube channel Altcoin Buzz, touted Humanity Protocol's huge competitive advantage over WorldCoin. Altcoin Buzz employee Kshitij Gupta shared the video in a private Telegram channel maintained by Humanity Protocol. 2 key witnesses said KOLs are asked to join the channel after filling out alignment forms that CoinDesk reviewed. Contacted by CoinDesk, Gupta said Altcoin Buzz has not invested in Humanity and that he is in the private KOL channel on Telegram because we want to get information on the project. He did not rule out receiving future compensation, but said Altcoin Buzz would disclose any sponsorship. Crypto companies often give their VCs and angels equity. KOLs seldom get shares in the company. Instead, they get tokens, a stake in the decentralized crypto network that the company is building. Tokens are where the money is in crypto anyway. Humanity Protocol wrote that its undated KOL document that its rival WorldCoin had a fully diluted valuation of $80 billion. So what they're basically doing right now is they'll offer me tokens to do some, like to talk to you guys about their project. I'll talk to you about their project, and then I'll have some obligations. And if I fulfill those obligations, then I get my tokens. In this situation, I got my tokens for doing 2 videos for Xverse. And in fact, I wanted to do 2 weeks on over the course of 2 weeks. And then my manager said, no, we want to do them right now and want to get them out of the way. So that's why we did what we did the way that we did it, and we continue to do that. So but that's because I want you guys to be informed on what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and I want you guys to be part of the inside and know exactly what's going on. Also, Jack Dorsey predicts Bitcoin to exceed $1 million by 2030. He's super bullish on Bitcoin, and he believes the most amazing thing about Bitcoin, apart from the founding story, is anyone who works on it or gets paid in it for themselves or buys it themselves is making the entire ecosystem better, which makes the price go up. It's a fascinating ecosystem and movement. More than anything else, it taught me a lot. His company Block mirrors his optimism through strategic financial maneuvers. On May 2nd, the firm announced its plan to adopt the dollar cost averaging strategy for monthly Bitcoin purchases. So it may be that this ends up being $1 million. I don't know, but Jack Dorsey, super smart dude, seems to think. And don't forget, by the way, check out Van X Meme Coin Index. They just added Floki to the Meme Coin Index. And at this point, Bitcoin is cliffing right now. It's falling off the cliff. It's down pretty much bigly, as they say. Let's hit refresh over here on liquidity pool and see exactly what it is that we're heat seeking here. Okay, so we did pass through there. We're at 61,007. We're at the 61,697 right now. So I think that maybe we might be done on this dip right now. This was just I think there's more to go, just a little bit down to about 61.5 ish. So I don't think that we're done yet with this dip. Hopefully it'll be there'll be a nice little correction back towards the upside. So we'll see whether or not that plays out. But when you get these big candles like this, that generally means that you're being manipulated. There's no reason. And by the way, if you're looking for a reason and you come to Twitter and you click explore and you don't see some wild shit about Bitcoin just right there, and you Bitcoin, and you don't see, what I mean? What you see is Jack Dorsey predicts $1 million Bitcoin. You're seeing the bullish megaphone pattern has a target of 180,000, but you wouldn't believe it. Private jet charter service Candy now accepts Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Good news over and over and over again. Third largest bank is buying Bitcoin ETFs. They know what's coming. breaking. Grayscale has transferred 969 Bitcoin worth 59 million to Coinbase. That was 5 hours ago. What happened 5 hours ago? Nothing, because nobody gives a shit about that. This is manipulation at its finest. They're pulling you down, trying to manipulate you for the price. And what they're doing is they're busting into liquidity pools. As you can see, it's almost over at this point. 61.5 looks to be that bottom line number on the 1 month chart. Just to give you guys an idea here, it looks like from this perspective, it's either over or it's going to come down under 60,000 here and start to rip into some of these bigger pools. Now, you still notice that all the big pools are way up here. So there's a long way for it to go to do something. Dale says, sidechain building the whole bear market. No doubt MK has worked his ass off. I would say he probably did. I would think that he probably came through. I don't like the white paper, by the way. Wasn't a fan of it when I read through it. Seemed kind of simplistic. Wasn't very technical at all, and that didn't make me feel better about the project. I'm not an investor in Sidechain. I do wish them great success and would like to see them be incredibly successful. But I that felt very, very casual to me, and I don't want my I don't want my stuff to feel very, very casual. It seems, like I didn't like the way that it was written. I hope that they revise it and they make it a little bit more professional. As a matter of fact, if you go to Sidechain right now, then you are able to look at it, and you can check out their white paper, and you will see. Here we go. You'll see from this white paper. There we go. Introduction to the ecosystem. This tells you exactly what everything has, and then it has secret utility. Then it says introduction to the Sidechain coin, single versus multi, 4 tenets of. Actually, this has been upgraded. They've already done that. This is much better. This is actually much better than it was before. When it first came out, it was a light paper, and I didn't like it. I take everything back. This actually looks a lot better than it originally looked. So check out Sidechain. Who knows? That might end up being one of those things that pops off. So anyway, so the market sell down is still happening. We'll see whether or not that happens or not. But let me pop out of here. I want to get into. I'll pull this up with you guys. All right. So if you guys know this cat right here, let me also pull up his project. Okay, so this is Levi, the Reitveld, I guess it is. Now, this guy really just kind of an engagement farmer. For those of you that know, he was best buddies with Classy Crypto, and they were engagement farming Luna Classic for a long period of time. Now, why? Because they believe in Luna Classic? Well, I think Classy probably did. Levi wanted to see it pump, but I think at the end of the day, what he is just an engagement farmer. If you notice down here, he talks about 3 specific projects and only these 3 specific projects, which are the 3 that, like if I wanted to grow my channel and get a lot of engagement off of tokens or coins, then HBAR, XRP, Caspa are 3 of the big ones that you would want to farm for content engagement. That's why you tell people that it's going to go up 1,267%. You're telling somebody it's going to go up 12x from where it is right now. And going on and on. And by the way, we all do it. Like, I'm not vilifying this guy for that purpose. Like, we're all doing this. And we're not ready for what's about to happen. Like, we've all done this. We all do this. It's part of it. None of us, we don't all attack Leah Halpern. I don't even know who the hell she is, but I mean, by the way, here's the weird part, right? If you listen to Leah Halpern for crypto advice, think again, she's literally rugging people in her premium Telegram with this Pepper USD token. Levi, what about Fire Token? What about Fire Token? What's going on with Fire Token? Fire Token. This was the token that you launched, that you were going to use to build. This was Fire Token that you were going to use to burn Luna Classic, right? You were going to use this to burn Luna Classic. So What's up with Fire token? I mean, I don't see, I don't see like where's Fire? Where's Fire? Which one is Fire token? Huh? Where is Fire? You know what I mean? Like, am I missing something here? I mean, am I missing anything right here? Levi, there we go. There's your boy, right? At the heart of Levi's strategy is the innovative Fire token, a groundbreaking approach to crypto rewards. With an unwavering commitment to the community's growth and sustainability, Levi envisions leveraging the Fire token to systematically and efficiently reduce the token supply, bringing about scarcity and potentially driving increased value for holders, all while rewarding holders with massive rewards. Okay, that's awesome. So that's exactly what we should do. We should be doing that because that's the important part. Like if you want to be part of Luna Classic, then yeah, let's do it. Oh wait, I'm sorry. May 1st, when I left the Lunk community, my IQ immediately went up 20 points. So basically, this guy stole from the community. Then I had an incredible revelation. If someone disagrees with me, that doesn't mean they are a scammer. It was a shock to me at first. And this is, engagement farming again. So it is not something that anybody believes in or believes or anything like that. When I opened my mind to the fact that the other cryptocurrencies exist and Lunk was not going to 10,000x and hit 116, then become the new world reserve currency, it was a tough realization. Wait, so you see all this wild shit that he's talking about right here? No, that's true. Everybody knows better than that. Everybody mathematically knows better than that, right? But it's good for engagement farming, right? So now hating on Luna Classic becomes his engagement farm. And if you keep going down here, Lunk is a horrible crypto. Why do you guys think I'm being open and honest about my dislike for Lunk? If you think it's for attention, that's a stupid take. 20,000 views says bullshit. I could easily just say Lunk to $1 every day and get more engagement. No, you couldn't, because when you said, if you think Lunk is a good investment, trust in God. Nobody gives a shit about your trust in God. Nobody gives a shit about Anthony Scaramucci. Nobody gives a shit about your XRP. Nobody gives a shit about your Jerome Powell. You know what I mean? Everybody gives a shit when you talk about Luna Classic, right? And it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. Nobody gives a shit about your Caspa. Nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like nobody gives a shit about all of this stuff. When you talk about Luna Classic, because you engagement farm them forever, then that's what it is. And why are you talking bad about it? You're the one that launched the token not 6 months ago, not even 6 months ago. You launched this token and then boom. And now here's the worst part. They hired me for 4 videos under the idea that that's what they were going to do. And then let me get my messages up because I can show you where people were telling me I would be very careful with this. Oh shit, I can't because I got hacked and those fuckers deleted some of my messages. But I got messages from people saying, be very careful with Levi. He's a piece of shit, that he's going to scam the entire Luna Classic community. And by the way, the whole purpose behind Fire token was it was going to use for Bitcoin mining. They were going to use it for Bitcoin mining. And then because it was only, by the way, let's pop it up on the big screen. Fire token has a rare opportunity to utilize co-location gas generators in Canada to mine Bitcoin at a remarkable 0.02 cents per kilowatt hour. The Bitcoin will then be sent to the treasury where 70% will be shared with the holders of both the token and NFT, and 25% will go to the team for further development, and 5% will be burned. So basically, what he did is he took your money, which by the way, pre-sale, I want to say was about $150,000, somewhere over $100,000 on this pre-sale. They got $150,000 out of people, and they haven't burned a single goddamn token yet. Haven't burned a single goddamn token yet. So if you're wondering if you're being scammed, you're being fucking scammed. All right. And then we have Happy Caddy Crypto. I think this is it. I don't know if this is the guy or not. No, I don't think so. I think it's something like I'm missing something about Happy Caddy Crypto. Let's see what we got here. Happy Caddy's pie. There we go. HC Crypto. There it is right there. Okay, so there's some shit going on over here with people when you put in Lunk, he's under attack. But other people, like he's blocking other people, and it's because he's saying, here we go. Now, remember, this is going to be wild. Okay, this is going to be wild. Redline Drifter educating the thin foil unhappy Lunk Telegram group. Lunk has been doing nothing for 2 years. Lunk originally had a DeFi focused community, and this is Redline Drifter. Okay, and generate profit. Now the community sits and holds on the hope that something, but they don't know what will change and will drive the price up. Rackoff is about educating the community and bringing DeFi focus back. Redline Drifter was the guy that took $60,000. And look, I don't know the guy, but I know that he took $60,000 to put a proposal for a repeg together. And then in December argued with me, yeah, I should probably do a better job of whatever information, blah, blah, blah. So there's wild shit going on. The quant team gave you, and then people are getting on him. There's a lot of people here arguing and fighting about it. And look, again, I don't know good, bad, or indifferent. I know that he took 60 grand from the community to do something. You know what I mean? And I know that Happy Caddy Crypto is now getting blocked by these other people. And you know, again, I don't know who's good, who's bad, or indifferent in the Luna Classic community. I'll be honest with you. I think that everybody at their core is good. I don't think that there's, you know, bad. I think there's very few bad actors, really. I think Jesus is Lord is a bad actor, but he might also be, you know, it might really be that I'm just on the wrong side of it, right? But I don't think that there's any situation in which you should have two validators and you should consolidate power. However, you know, you never really know, you know, what's gonna, you know, what the right decision is. Galactic Shift, by the way, I gave you guys a promo on that yesterday because I'm playing these games and stuff like that for Luna Classic, and he voted no on the same proposal that Jesus is Lord is. So there has to be something about that proposal that wasn't very good. It was number 12102, and in 12102 as a proposal, we look at that later. As a proposal, it really just kind of wanted to have, you know, you can only have one validator. However, how do you enforce that? Because, you know, if I do Jesus is Lord, and then I just do Satan is awesome, you know what I mean? Like I could still be the same person with different names. Jesus is Lord, at least is upfront about it and says Jesus is Lord 1 and Jesus is Lord 2. So, you know, and to be fair, like I don't know really that the answer to this is more governance and putting more government in charge. You know, that's exactly what's wrong with the world to begin with. So, you know, I don't know. But anyway, so Happy Caddy Crypto having some beef with some other fucking dude out here. And these guys are just, you know, wilding out on each other. Let me see here. I think it was Lunk Burn. Let me see if I can find it here on Lunk Burn. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, here we go. So Battle Force Validator, one of the validators, is getting blocked by Happy Caddy Crypto. And then he's talking about like what is going on. Thus, you become like all the validators that preceded you, now arguing and fighting amongst people. And you know, they're making, you know, memes and shit like that. But you were shitting on his projects while happily using his auto compounding module he's set up. Seems a little two-faced. So whatever Happy Caddy Crypto made, this guy was using, but then like complaining about it or complaining about something that he was doing or something like that. So that ended up being some kind of just, and these guys are going through this, I guess, long story short, Luna Classic community going through some shit right now. Anyway, hopefully it's going to work out. I think it's going to be fine, but I don't know. We'll see whether it is or not. In the meantime, guys, I got to go. I got to get ready for another show. So thank you so much for tuning in. I got to pay the bills right now. Remember, I am Donald Trump's favorite cryptocurrency channel. Book that. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and the bell to be notified.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the Believes Crypto YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald.
The market's volatile right now. and you don't see me complaining about it. You want to know why? I'm putting most of mine into Cryptonomy.finance in order to earn yield off. And that's making it easy for me because I know the bull run's coming and I know Cryptonomy.finance is going to give me yield. While you've been selling off, I completed one of my first Bitcoin transactions and I earned 0.012 Bitcoin. I'm about to pick up another 0.03 Bitcoin. This is a several $1,000s that I've earned in yield from Cryptonomy.finance. But if you want more, here's the Launchpad, TARS Protocol 13X. Remember, guys, I just gave you the 411 on Xverse. That was one of their launches, did a 4X. If you're looking to earn yield on your crypto, Cryptonomy.finance is the place to do it. Mobile app products should be out in the next 1 to 2 months, and then that'll make it even easier for you to have fixed staking or the launch pool to help you on your journey. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.